To begin invoicing, navigate to Create Invoices. And I typically start with a through date and invoice date of the prior month end to make sure that we've invoiced everything existing as of that date and cleared out anything that doesn't need to be invoiced. So I have through date of prior month end, invoice date of prior month end, and then I'll view the uninvoiced queue. And this will pull in anything that has been uninvoiced. Note that Genie shows if there's any timesheets that haven't been approved, and you can review this list. These are all old, so I'll proceed and continue. Okay, so there's no uninvoiced queue as of the prior month end, which is what I expected. So now I'm going to do a through date and invoice date of, just for an example, I'll do it through 3/18, since we'll have timesheets approved through that date. I'm going to click here. I'm going to do an invoice date of 3/18, and I'm going to view my uninvoiced queue. Okay, so here's an example of where you would see that there are unsubmitted and unapproved or rejected timesheets through that date. So you'd want to follow up with the individuals listed to make sure that these all get submitted and approved prior to continuing with the invoicing. For purposes of this, we'll proceed and continue. So Genie pulls in any fixed price items assigned to a project or any approved hourly time through the specified through date. By clicking on this eye here, you can preview what is in the invoice. Note that down here are non-billable items, which includes any hourly time marked as non-billable or any time coded as fixed price. By clicking this trash can icon, line items are moved to the uninvoiced queue. If you were to click this trash icon, this deletes any fixed price items so that they don't reappear and moves any billable time to non-billable. So again, by deleting from within the invoice, you're just putting the item back into the uninvoiced queue. By deleting from here, you're essentially deleting it from the uninvoiced queue. So after reviewing the uninvoiced queue, you can select which uninvoiced items should become invoices. So you can click up here if you want everything to turn into an invoice, or just click specific items to turn them into an invoice. And then click Preview Invoices. So any uninvoiced time that has been turned into an invoice will then display. So these are the 3 companies I selected. Note that it shows a Genie invoice number because it hasn't actually been an invoice, and also shows the approver that that invoice will get assigned to. So I typically come in and just review to make sure that what's in here is reasonable. After reviewing, I'll click Disposition. Creating an invoice will turn this into an invoice and route it to the approver, or you can delete the preview, which will send the information back into the uninvoiced queue. I'm going to delete these. And note that there are no fixed price items on these because most of the fixed price items for hourly clients are dated as of the last day of the month. Let me try and show an example of a fixed price invoice. FCLT. So fixed price clients are billed on different days of the month. All of our hourly clients are billed on the last day of the month, but fixed price clients are billed throughout the month. So for those clients, like FCLT Global, for example, you can see that their fixed price items are assigned a date of the 13th. So when you're creating a fixed price invoice, you would preview the invoice, and then you actually have to go in and edit the invoice date and due date to match what's on the fixed price item. So like FCLT Global gets ACH'd on the 13th of the month. So I'll edit my invoice date, edit my due date, and then save it. And then I just review the fixed price items to make sure that that's actually what should be billed, and then same disposition as before.